cats, bad movers. It's your boy Malmoves here. It's Tuesday Trick Tutorials, and today we're gonna learn the most important axis in the game. We're teaching you the gumbi. So if you're ready, let's begin. So, you've seen some of my previous tutorials. You saw how I talked about getting stable positions. We're gonna go back to this. If you know how to swing, you're halfway there. So, when you're trying to learn what I'm doing, you wanna make sure all of your toes firmly on the floor and you feel like you're gripping. It's really important that you have stabilization and balance. I'm gonna do my best to explain this whole thing on one foot. So, as you're going through, you have your balance, stabilization points, and your ass is stabilized by the whole entire part of your hamstring. You have to really understand that you want to be standing completely in your skeleton structure in a sturdy balance point. Now when you're swinging, right? If you have layered yourself on top of your plant leg, you should be able to swing your leg freely and not have any resistance. This is important because you never want to shorten your swing, because your body is your instrument, and if you have a damaged instrument or if your instrument's not tuned right, it's not going to work. So a straight line is very important. Now, just like in your stabilization, when you're doing your tricks, you want to make sure your contact points are stable. Now, I do this way when I do my gumbies. The majority of people are on this side. So, when you're taking your arm and your leg, you're counterbalancing. So your leg comes up. Let me do it on my good side first. When your leg comes up, you're using your opposite hand, and you're going to be reaching as you create that lever with a stable balance point. You just want to touch the floor. You want to touch the floor and you want to have a straight leg. That is your connection point. The slower, the more balance you can do that, the better. Keeping a straight line. Once you've made a connection point, everything comes from your spine, your waist, and swinging from your ass and your hamstring and lifting yourself up. You want to kind of look like this. Once you can comfortably lift your leg up and start to get up there, that's when you start to engage your shoulder, you press over yourself, and just like a swing, you have hip directional pivot, which means as you're pivoting behind yourself, you also want to turn out and open your hips. But you want to understand, your balance point's really important. So your balance point is part of your line structure. So when you swing back, you want to keep your hips in line. I'm going to do it from a different angle so you guys can see. When you swing, keep your balance point in a line, because that way your swing is traveling in the same line of direction. And if you can keep your swing and your gumbi line in the same line of direction, all of the tricks that hit in that same linear axis are going to flow the same. So moving on, you've worked on getting your balance points, you've got that leg. I'm going to do it on your guys' side. You're going to place your hand, boom, getting ready to swing. It's important you know that, because that goes back into your swing directional. You can swing into the axis, or you can swing over your head to flip and start to get back into the more whipping, flipping style of actions. So, you're getting up there, you're lifting, you can put your foot on the wall and carry yourself back. It's almost like a cartwheel. The only difference is you place your hands completely over yourself in what I like to call the windmill line. You're coming down, this hand is coming up, and you're gonna rotate up with it with your shoulder, with your body. You wanna make sure you're reaching over your shoulder, so when you go up, if you go up like this, you're not in that same pocket as if you reach close to your ear and your shoulder's up here. It's a ball and socket joint, which means as much as it could roll in a circle is fine, but then there's tension. So if you come from tension back here without allowing this range of motion, you're cutting yourself off. If you do a gumbi and you come out with your arm like that, you're going to get off balance. You need to make sure when you do your gumbi and you're reaching for your line, keep concentrate, keep it in that pocket, and then you're ready to go. So, you're going completely over the top. You thought you had to hit the angle. The angle comes from stabilization and how you swing when you go across. This is for another tutorial, but standing cork, when you swing, you actually tilt your hips and rotate through. And that's how you get to the cork. Then once you start to lift and you get a center of gravity point, you're not just doing it with sheer power, that's when you start to get that line axis again. And that's why some people like to pivot into it, and then you get multiple corks. But back to gumbi. When you're lifting that leg, extend from your toes. Not to point your toes, but if your toes are your longest point of your body, that is your longest center of gravity point. Which means that on the air awareness, you need to know where every part of your body is. So it comes out, it reaches, it goes. Place your foot down and come back into that line. This is a press move. It's a handstand move, but it rotates on an axis that allows you to lever. So you have to take your time and understand that balance and coordination for this move and a little bit of trust, because you are going to be going over your head and then behind yourself as if you're doing a 1990. And then you would rotate in. It's very important that you understand that that movement is not part of nature in our normal natural movement. So you're going to have to control yourself and not just muscle through it, and have the flexibility and the patience to allow yourself to get to the stage in the line and what you're looking for. I hope this tutorial helps. It's Malmoves with Trick Tutorial Tuesdays. Out.